Okay.
There you have it, beautiful people. Hey, I am Coach Ricardo Miller, and I'm excited, super excited about today. You know why? Because we're doing our first ever, it's a Walk for Life Digital-Thon. What is that? 12 hours of talk, y'all. It's all about effective living, creating a life you don't need a vacation from, taking control of your life. And so, if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. And for those of you on Facebook, please share, share, share. Our mission today, we want your support. We need you to follow. We need you to get engaged. And we need you to help us help kids. Yep. You all know for a long time I've been the children's guy. And so, listen, man, I'm on a mission to get shoes to children. I got the shoes. I need to get them to the kids. And so this morning, I'm joined with my good friend in Chicago, Sherrae Lee. What's up, Miss Lee?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Ricardo?
Man, I'm excited that you're joining us live on this Digiton. Listen, man, our goal is to help. You're a children's pastor. I mean, you're a businesswoman, an entrepreneur, and you're passionate about the next generation. How have you been doing? How is Chicago? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, I am Sherrae Lee. I am a children's pastor at Valley Kingdom Ministries International in Oak Forest, Illinois. I'm also a business owner over LLS Lovely Styles Clothing Company. And I'm super excited about what Ricardo has going on. If you're asking me about Chicago, yes, it's cold.
Yeah.
It's freezing here. Hopefully, we have some great weather tomorrow for Easter Sunday. So, yeah.
Well, last year it was so much disruption. I don't know if anybody needs to, go get no new shoes for church tomorrow.
Right.
I mean, but the ladies gonna still want something new,
Oh,
right?
well, yeah, we're
Fa-
gonna still shop.
I know
You give a
fashion
reason to
hasn't
shop.
changed. So listen, I'm a strong advocate for the next generation. I understand that the global pandemic has affected everything. I just know it's crazy, and now that we're somewhat starting to try to kick into some normalcy.
Yeah.
I'm from the Bahamas. I go to the Bahamas a lot. Last year was the only year that I did not get a chance to go in a long time, more than 10 times within the year. And so my team and I, we've been thinking about how can we help kids in the Bahamas. We decided we're going to do shoes. But
Okay.
before we even talk more about our shoes initiative, the health and fitness initiative, Jim Rohn says it this way, and I posted it on this live, and he says, "Take care of your body. It's
Mm-hmm.
the only place you've got to live." You're in the fashion industry. You're a lady. How important? I mean, for the women out there watching and paying attention. Listen, this walk, we have a health walk. It's a run. Some people can run, some people can walk. But at the end of the day, in your opinion, what you think about health and fitness? You're a millennial and you're a
Yeah.
fashion, a fashion mogul in the making. Talk to us.
So I think the biggest thing I was just gonna mention, like I'm a part of the millennial generation, and I think for a long time I was taking things for granted and taking my body for granted and just like, oh, I'm young, I can do whatever. But now as I'm climbing up that age ladder, things are catching up with me. And so I'm making sure that the things that I eat are way more healthier. I am not gonna lie, I used to be a big junk person, and so I've literally had to change some bad habits
Yeah,
so that I can take control over my life.
yeah.
But that is a super big thing, and I think just not for me, but for my generation as a whole, we are kind of more lenient because we're thinking, oh, we'll be young forever.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not the case.
No, it's not the case. I can remember when I used to could eat a couple of burgers, no matter what time. I ate a
Mhm.
couple of burgers. It didn't matter, and now, man, I feel those burgers.
Catching up. Yes,
It
for sure.
is catching up, and so I've been trying to pay attention to my health. I've been doing these walks. I'm not a runner, okay?
Okay.
I did a marathon a couple of years ago. I did a couple half marathons. And so someone might say,
Okay.
man, you're a runner. No, I was doing that because, it was therapeutic. Well, a couple of things I found out
Yeah.
that is important. I think sunlight is important. I think exercise is important. I think
Mhm.
rest is important. I
Yeah.
think self-care in general is important because it helps your confidence, and you work with kids and you do a lot of you have to do a lot of advertisement for your product, so your energy
Yeah.
level has to go up, and so for those who are watching, let's talk about that, making sure you have the energy to do what you need to do. In your case, working with young people, in your case, being in an industry where you're doing fashion shows and models and videos and all that stuff. Someone asked me, how could you do 12 hours of talk? Today, I'll be doing 12 hours.
I'm praying for you, Ricardo. I'm praying. I'm praying.
Thank you. Thank you. But those little things matter though.
Yeah.
The little things. If you get proper rest, and you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, you get proper exercise, you've been taking care of your, you'll be able to go and glow and do. What's your thought on that?
So even, since the whole pandemic, children's ministry has been online. And so I'm even put in a more place to be more active
Yeah.
with my children. So I'm doing like little online games, and it calls for us to be active. And I'm just like, hey, before I even do this activity, I have to stretch. I have to get my body warmed up because again, it's just like my body is changing as I age. And so just not only for myself, but for the team as well. So I'm calling them in the morning saying, hey, let's just do a little 2-minute workout just to warm up
Yeah.
our body. So after Zoom, we not laid out for the rest of the
Yeah.
day because
Yeah.
we didn't like kind of do some pre things before. So I just think doing those pre things, before getting physical, even with the run, kind of doing some training and prepping yourself. Uh, for the Digital-Thon.
Yes, yes, I totally agree. With the pandemic and the Zoom, all of that, it demanded that we not do what we've done before because we used to go to the building and we were so much in the community. But
Right.
you're right. You still got to make sure you are active,
Yes.
even doing Zoom sessions, because it'll catch up with you. I was
Yeah.
talking to a parent this week, and the parent said she had to tell her son, "Hey, man, stop going to the refrigerator when you're supposed to be in school in the classroom." So the kid, he every little 30 minutes he go into a snack break.
Hmm.
But in school, you didn't get no snack breaks
Yeah.
as much as that. And so I know that must be affecting our kids. It must
Oh,
be
yeah.
affecting teachers.
Sure.
It's affecting everybody.
Yes.
When I have here our half K run that we have coming up. This whole thing. When you come to Dallas, you got to come to Dallas. Tell your mom, come to Dallas. Tell your dad. Y'all need to come. The whole Leap tribe, the whole
Yes.
clan, the whole
You
crew.
come. Yes,
and
you
and
can.
when you come to Dallas again, I'll have to give you guys a scope because the area is amazing. It's a beautiful area. But
Okay.
I'm going to do this in the Bahamas. And your mom was a part of
Oh,
our
yeah.
5K in the Bahamas. We did a 5K a few years back when I first
Okay.
did the National Children's Ministry Day. So if you're watching in the Bahamas and you remember the 5K, let's go ahead and put a comment in there. Lynette, what's up? Jason Basin in Canada. Listen, we're so glad you guys are joining us this morning. It's a Digital-Thon, and it's all about our 5K run walk that's coming up. In addition to the fact that our goal is to ship some shoes, we've gotten hundreds of shoes that I've gotten as an organization leader, and now I need to get those shoes to the Bahamas. And so, what I would like for you to do is, I want as many of you guys. Hey, we're looking for 24 persons to sponsor. Okay, that's like $30. Okay, if 24 people sponsor our shoes initiative or sponsor someone to come to the walk, guess what? Boom, we can get that stuff shipped out, get it down to Florida, get it over to the Bahamas, and make it happen. I think Sherrae says I thought I was dying at that 5K. It was beautiful scenery though. It was, come on,
Oh, I'm sure.
It was beautiful scenery. The beach was nice. Problem is, I tried to run a part of it. Don't run if you don't need to run. Walk. I'm a walker. Go ahead. I am so much a walker.
I was gonna say, Ricardo, what about for the people that are scared to
Yep.
do the whole running thing?
Yep. Yep.
Um, what do you suggest for them?
Hey, listen. That's the reason why we promoted it as a run walk. Okay. And I mean, listen. Hey, man. I say this, and somebody may need to write this down and just make a note of it. Here's what you may need to write down. You need to write down that I am not here to compete. I'm here to complete. Okay. See,
Good.
I'm not competing. I'm completing.
Yes.
And that means, here's the deal. I'm strolling, man, strolling. I'm going to enjoy the little pond. I'm going to enjoy walking over the bridge. I'm going to enjoy looking at the trees and hearing the birds and all that stuff. Let me tell you something I'm going to enjoy. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to stress myself out.
Okay.
You know? And so I see I got a question there. How do we sponsor? You can go to ricardomiller.com and you can go ahead and sponsor. We have 12 guests today. Guess what? And I'm hoping and praying that we're going to be able to have on each guest, we're going to get a minimum of 2 sponsors. How many of y'all know that's a way to hit our goal?
Yes.
I wish Facebook would not block me if I had some music in the background. And so I'm going to have to work on that. But you can go to ricardomiller.com and go there and say I'm sponsoring on the store. You can do your donation right there towards this initiative, or you can Zelle us at ricardo@polc.cc. This is all going to be in the chat area, and then you can also cash up. I'm coming with multiple options. Look at that.
Right. Options.
So, Sherrae, tell us a little bit about your business. I want to dive into what you've been doing business. I've been watching you. You're on Instagram. You're doing your thing on Facebook. Talk to us about what made you do business, what made you at this early age in your life. You'd be like, you know what? I'm going to keep a job, but in addition, I'm going to also create a business. I want another stream of income.
Yeah, so like I told you guys, I have a business, clothing line called Lovely Styles, LLS Clothing Company. And I kind of started that business because first of all, I love fashion. I love clothes. I love shopping. So this gave me an excuse to be able to shop, but also just creating another stream of income so that I can be able to make money while I'm sleeping. That is, most of it. I also online, I have an online boutique as well, so you can shop as well on my online boutique. But my clothing is casual glamour. I am really big into going from day to night. And so if I need to have some gym shoes on during the first half of the day and then throw some, really nice heels on, then I definitely can do that. And so Lovely Styles is for your cultured woman.
Yeah.
And so really having pieces that, I don't have to have a full outfit. I can grab a piece from the website and pair it with something that I already have in my home.
I noticed in your promotion, when you do your ads and stuff, you do it with the multiple piece. I guess that's like trending right now, because RJ told me not so long ago, he's like, Dad, you don't have to fully match, right? I said, what do you mean? I was like, I'm from the islands, man. I love a good match. Okay? Like, hey, watch this.
You can do some color blocking.
Tell us a little bit about being comfortable to push the envelope a little, because it's Easter Sunday tomorrow.
Right.
I came from that old school. If you're gonna wear a pink suit, you wear pink socks, pink shoes, pink tie, pink shirt.
Oh Lord! So we gotta do some color blocking, Ricardo. Everything does not have to match. And my mom is the same way. You could switch up a couple different things, but everything does not have to match. It doesn't have to match. And especially because nobody's seen us all year. I'm sure you got some great things in your closet that you can switch up and turn around, and people would be like, that's nice.
Yeah,
So
let's dive into that. With you starting the business, when you thought, I'm going to start this business, I'm going to lock into this fashion element, but then creatively understanding the need to twist it up a little bit and understand that's where culture is actually at. You're like right in the heart of where things are at. And so for someone like me, I'm being pushed to not get a matching tie with the shirt. You know, back in the day,
yeah.
how many of y'all old enough to remember they had the matching? You wore a white shirt, you wore a white tie too. You could have get away with that. Or a
Oh
black shirt,
Lord.
a black tie. It's just like it was red shirt, red tie,
Oh
and red
Lord.
socks and red shoes. But talk to us about your journey up to this point, and then you started tapping into my distinction is this. This is going to be my difference, and my clientels are going to come to me for my difference.
So it actually took me a very long time to figure out who my audience was. And so, because when you're starting a business, you want to be that business where you're supporting friends and family, and then you want to support people that you actually don't know.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, once I had started my business and got past the family and friends, it was just like they were supporting me, because I had just started, but then it kind of died down a little bit. And I'm just like, well, what do I do? Well, my grandmother is saying, hey, well, why don't you make a dress for me? And then I have my friends that are saying, well, do something for me. So it was just such a large scale of ages for women in clothing. I was like, I can't afford this. I can't do 65 all the way down to, a young lady in her 20s. And so I really had to scale and see what did I want to focus on. And so that's where the casual glamour come into play. I know I'm always on the move. So that night and day is a big thing for me. And it's a big thing for for women now today. And so being with the trend, being able to switch it like this, I'm able to go and I'm able to walk on this run with Ricardo, but then
Yep.
later
Yep.
I can still do brunch right after.
Ah, nice. Listen, I think your mom says nothing wrong with little matching.
Oh no.
That's what she said in the comment. Look, Carol Crockett said, yes, needed to match. Listen, let's talk about, let's talk about the safety element to fashion, moving forward. Is there safety, or is it just confidence? And confidence is birthed in. If you're owning it, it's going to show. I think that's where things are.
Yeah.
Whereas, I remember, I got to say this before we continue. Someone asked about, listen, guys, there are two things you can do for us today. It's all about our 5K run walk. And today is going to be a full day where we have some incredible guests, and we're trying to get some shoes to the Bahamas for kids that I'm going to be pushing to make sure that we can do our outreach there in the Bahamas. So if you want, you can sponsor $30, and that allows us to be able to, we need 24 people to do that today. And so every guest, I'm hoping to get at least 2. And then at the end of the day, I'll have 24. Bam, I hit my goal. We can get the stuff shipped out. But in addition, for those of you who are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you need to register and come to the run.
Yeah.
A part of that proceeds are going to help us to make happen in the Bahamas what we're going to be doing this summer. So register to run or register to get our stuff to the Bahamas for kids this summer. Now, let's get back to this, Sherrae. I realized that when my son said to me, he said, Dad, that kind of pants, the pants was like it's a little bit more Steve Harvey-ish,
Okay.
It
Okay.
was a little bit more, it's a little bit more 1985, cool dude kind of look. And so I was like, hey man, this is where it's at. And he's like, Dad, you want to get a little bit slimmer fit, you want to get a little bit more tapered and so forth. I wasn't feeling it because my confidence was coming from what I was familiar with.
Okay.
But then he started to introduce me to a little bit more and a little bit more. And I was like, man, I ain't doing no slim fit. Now, slim fit, little slim fit is a little questionable.
And that's a nice style. That is a nice.
It is a nice style. I've had to grow to that, though. So there are people watching. Talk to us about becoming comfortable and learning yourself and showing up in a more progressive way.
I think it's just all about just being confident. And then, like you said, your son was able to introduce some things to you. And just keeping an open mind about what you like, what you're willing to try. And I
Yeah,
feel like at least try and see and try it on if this is something that I like or if I would like to do something different. Because listen, with fashion, it's like you literally can do whatever you want to do.
mm,
Once somebody introduces a certain type of style to you, you can change it and switch it to taper it to what you want it to look like for Ricardo.
yeah.
And so even just something simple as the slim fit pant, you're just like, okay, I can do the pants, but I still want to kind of wear this shirt from the 1985. So just make it, work for you, and then just still keeping that open mind.
Listen, I'm moving away from anything 1985. Hey, I'm moving away from anything 1985, 95, 2005. Hey, I'm moving away from anything 2015.
But
I'm
this is
like,
the thing. This is the thing. So fashion, this is like the secret. Fashion like keeps coming back around. And then
I
when it
know.
comes back around, you got to jump on that train and say, well, we used to wear this back in the day and I want to wear this. So that's how you kind of sneak it in.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I'm. Hey, listen. I'm gonna try to stay fluid, and my son lives with me, so I'll be watching him. And some of the styles. I know. Listen, when I was going to school, if you could see your ankle, that means you were poor because your pants is too short. Okay, if you could see your ankle, what's wrong, bro? You wearing your brother's, you outgrew your pants, and
No.
now the style is you want to see the socks. You
Yes.
want to see the socks, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I had a hard time, especially with me. I wear size 14 shoes, and so you got to have the right shoes. That shoes got to be tapered on your feet correctly,
Mhm.
and that pants need to drop correctly in order for that show the socks thing for that to
Yeah.
pop to make. See, I'm learning. Can you
Yes,
tell
to
I'm paying
create the
attention?
outfit, to bring it on home. Yes. So that way it doesn't have to still be matchy matchy. Listen, if you want to stay with the matchy matchy, listen, try to match your tie with your socks instead of okay, I'm gonna put on a red suit or some red pants, red tie, red shoes, red socks. So you can do those little in between things that will
Rocking them there.
still, yeah.
Hey, I know there are people watching us right now. We're gonna continue this talk, but y'all know that there are people who back in the day. I want to talk about the guys. Okay, the guy he had on red shoes,
Oh Lord.
red socks, red belt, red
There
tie,
we go.
red shirt, red jacket, and some red pocket pieces. Come
Oh,
on now. And listen, man. Listen, you couldn't tell. Listen, man, you couldn't tell him he ain't clear. I promise you, tomorrow on Easter Sunday, someone's gonna show up in a full array. In
no,
all
don't
of my
promise
dreams.
that. Don't promise that. Don't promise that. We doing things different.
We know things different. Well, you listen, guys. I have Sherrae Lee with me today, man, and we're talking fashion a little bit. Obviously, this is Easter weekend, but we're talking about the 5K run walk.
Yes.
It's effective living, walk for life. Okay, our goal is to help as many people to understand there are 5 foundation to which I believe you need to build your lifestyle on. I believe it's important for faith, family, fitness, finance, and fun. You may want to write that down. So start looking at yourself. Faith, family, fitness, finance, and fun. You want to make sure you're bringing all that together. And to me, that's where you start finding yourself living at a higher level, because there are a lot of people they've not aligned themselves right in that particular area. Oh, my auntie is watching and my
Hey, Auntie.
Aridana, she is in Ocklands. Ocklands is watching. Praise God. I'm appreciative. We got in Ocklands. Ocklands got internet now. Come on, Wi-Fi and all that good stuff. I saw, if you haven't had conch, how many of y'all have had conch? If you're an American and you're watching this, I saw my auntie those were able to walk out to the water and pick up some fresh conch and came home and make some conch. Oh, I was just picturing, I need to go home. And so October, I might have to do my trip in October to try the whole crew.
Ricardo, ready. Come on.
Missing it, man. I'm missing it. Some conch salad, Kong fritters. Oh man. Anyhow, so it's faith, family, finance, and fun. We're missing one inside there. There's faith, family, finance.
Fitness.
Which one? Fitness. You see? Yeah. There you go. There you go. So this one is all there's fitness in there, man. Listen. So the 5K aligns itself with the model. Okay, the 5K aligns itself with the model. So what we want to do is we want to encourage you, take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. Remind yourself, listen, when your body expires, your time is up. Even for those of you around the world, you can go ahead and do the 5K on your own. I got a tribe, I got a group in the Bahamas. They're going to be doing it on the Cable Beach Strip. They're going to be doing it on the Eastern Strip. They're going to be doing it on the Iron Billy Park. Go on out and say, listen, the same time Ricardo is doing the 5K in Dallas, in the Bahamas, we're going to be doing it. Then Bishop Mark McLean does in Jamaica. And then Jason Basin in Canada. We going global, guys. 5K global. But Sherrae, let's dive back into our focus talk. Everything's been disrupted because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And your views on what's happening in relations to children and faith and church and online. What's some of the changes, man, and how are you guys getting used to that and trying to still be successful at it?
Well, the biggest thing was us going to Zoom or online, especially for our children. We were challenged with, because not only are they on Zoom for children's ministry, but also for school. And so if I am a child who is doing that all week on Sunday or on Wednesday, how is that experience different for me? Because it's still an educating, setting. And so really being challenged, the team to do different activities, being more active, making them feel like it's not a different situation, even though it really is.
Yeah.
And just coming up with creative, different things. I have used so many different resources to be able to make sure that we're still being effective for the children.
Right.
So I think that is the biggest thing is transitioning from being, in person to everything being online, literally everything.
So I know our Shoot for Kids campaign, this is one of those pieces that I want to keep on structuring with Effective Living. Effective Living is a business platform, but my goal is to find a way to continue to serve humanity. I will always be a servant at heart. My passion has always been to help. And so when we start looking back at 2020 and we start looking at where we are, it's possible to live and not realize there are still people with need. Like there are still kids who appreciate the shoes, who appreciate lunch, who appreciate something because, you can get to a place where you forgot the fact that there are people with limited means.
Yeah.
In your opinion, how important is it to support something like this? $30, someone can say, you know what, I can pay the whole thing. You got people who are like that. I mean, it's only, our budget is $719.95. Okay.
Yeah.
So somewhere, bam. But the truth is, in a $30 donational view of having 24 people to do that, how important is it for someone with means to say, you know what, I'm going to be generous and help some kids out? Because the truth is, there are kids who are going to cherish their shoes, who are going to feel good that they were able to get this.
Yeah. I think I said in the car yesterday, I was saying that 2020 was literally the year where I'm just like realizing that I was taking so many things for granted. And so even though they were saying, stay home when the pandemic first started, for some kids that was stay home wasn't just as simple, because some of those kids weren't, getting home cooked meals. So they were home all day, probably while their parents were, working, and not having the things that they needed. And so just being able to offer up something that I have to be able to help somebody else, especially a child, is super big for me. And that's why I think what you're doing is so great. And again, if you have the means to be able to support or sponsor, please do, because it's not just it's more than just helping. And I think what you're doing is great. It's you're saying I want them to have it, just before summer.
Yep.
Because just being a kid and didn't have the things that you felt like you needed as a kid and how much that crushed you. And so we don't want for the children, to feel that way. And so again, if you have the means to be able to do it, support. You can do that at ricardomiller.com. So yes, just be a part, support.
Sherrae, when I was growing up, and I don't know how many of you guys, we got some strong folks following the platform now who may not know what it means to live with limited means. But I remember you couldn't wear your shoes if you ain't had somewhere to go. Okay. Now, see, that goes way back right there. It was like, you go inside and play, and don't you dare go out there with them shoes on, because those shoes are for to go to school, to go to church. You're going out to some family event, then you put on your shoes. Or you may have some bust up shoes that you sort of, I've seen shoes, Sherrae. I've seen shoes, man. So much crazy glue was put on that shoes. Keno McCartney is watching us in the Bahamas. Keno said he's doing the 5K. You know Pastor Keno McCartney.
I do.
Listen, Keno, are you aware that this is still a reality in some people's life? That the reality of, man, let me glue these shoes up, man. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the only shoes I have, or the parents, I'm gonna glue the shoes up. Now there are some privileged people. Some people might have gotten the Clark shoes. You're all in the Bahamas. You all know you got them nice Nikes. And back in the day, they had some old school. When Chris Cross was, you don't know nothing about no Chris Cross.
I don't know nothing about
this was when it goes way back. I'm gonna have to pull out some old school stuff when it comes to some of the shoes and so forth. But I know that there are people now who have found themselves exempt from ever thinking about the need. Okay, having the need. I'm talking about like they're privileged. You got multiple boxes of shoes at home. You got multiple. You just got stuff. But everybody's not like that. And sometimes we live in a bubble. Sometimes we live in a bubble and we forget that there are others who have need. And oftentimes, what we will throw away, someone will cherish.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
So if you're watching us today, you can do two things. Register for the 5K. Go to ricardomiller.com and register. You can do it on Cash App. You can do it on Zelle. You can do it on PayPal. And you can also support our initiative, 12 hours of talk today. Every hour, I need a minimum of 2 people to say, you know what, I'm going to sponsor a kid. I'm going to sponsor someone to come to the walk, or I'm going to help make sure we get these supplies to the Bahamas. Because here's the deal. My budget is $719.95.
Yes.
And so that's not a lot. But at the end of the day, together, all of us can make that happen in a real easy way. Listen, Sherrae, do me a favor. When you think about the whole 5 elements, which one do you see a lot of people, which one do you think they struggle with the most? We're talking faith, fitness, family, finance, fun. That's that whole effective living 5F model. In your opinion, where do you see the struggle coming from the most for people you see from the seat you're sitting in?
From the seat that I'm sitting in, so let's talk millennials. And so I think there's 2 that I feel like millennial generation may struggle with, and that is the finance and definitely the fitness. I only say the finance because not having that discipline. People say our generation is the generation that doesn't care about anything, but we're also entrepreneurs as well. And even with being entrepreneurs, you still have to be disciplined. You still have to know how to manage your money, putting, the money back into the business. And then I think the fitness is staying consistent. because we'll start off with a great little diet. I'm sure everybody did at the beginning of the year.
Come on.
They
Yeah.
wrote down on their little list, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and they probably not on that same diet that they started off with for 2021. So I think those are the biggest things: just having that discipline for the finance, and then being consistent with your fitness and your health.
When you look at that fitness and that finance from the millennial mindset, like my son, he'd come and say, "Hey, Dad, I need $80," right? But I promise you, I can go in this room right now and find $10 in ones and quarters and so forth, just loosely around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why are you asking me for $80 when you ain't valuing the quarters, the dollars? It's like, do you have a value for a dollar bill? Because
Yeah,
I think every time he got in the dirty clothes has a dollar bill in it, and it's like it's nothing until it's a big amount.
yeah.
What's up with that? I don't know if I could say that's your generation, but I know you know what I'm talking about. It's like coins have no value, and dollar bill is not appreciated
Yeah.
unless it's a lot of dollar bills combined.
Yeah. And so it's crazy because our generation was brought up on, we transition over into, the credit card. So
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like, if it's not on a credit card, then that really, oh, cash. Okay. Everything is about Apple Pay or Android Pay, And so I think that's probably where the disconnect is with the cash that he probably has in his room.
yeah.
Cause
He is an Apple Pay kind of guy. You're right.
yeah.
I
And
wrote
so,
him. I wrote him a check the
right.
other day. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I said I wrote him a check, and I went in there and I saw the check on the floor. I said, "What the check on the floor?" Right? I called him up. I said, "Man, I gave you that check." He said, "Oh, I snapshotted and deposited it."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. I didn't know you could do that. So I was like,
Yes,
"Okay,
yes,
back
yes.
up, Ricardo Miller." But did you shred the check, man? Come on. I see now I'm going a little old school on here. Get rid of the check. But
Yes.
you're saying it's all changed. Or it's
Yeah,
changing.
it's all changed. Where back in the day it used to be like, oh, my piggy bank, I'm saving, I'm saving, I'm saving. And then I'm going to shake this piggy bank out to see how much I have. It's just like, it's totally different now. So where you said where it's something as simple as him being able to take a picture and it's deposited into his account and he's out the door.
Yeah. Well, he's an Apple Pay kind of guy.
Yeah.
We were at breakfast the other day. I said, "Who's paying for this?" He said, "Well, hold on." He said, "Y'all got Apple Pay?" There's like, "No." He said, "I'm not that."
Oh,
I only do Apple Pay. So I guess so. What I've been doing, guess what? About every 2 weeks, I go in this room and I start picking up. I'm telling you, I pick up $10, $12. Just around. It's like $1 in his bathroom, $1 here, $3 in quarters over here. I said, this little joker got money all over the place.
yeah. You got to do it. I don't want you to do his laundry, but you got to do his laundry because I'm sure it's some
money over there.
Money. Yeah.
I'm going to say, I'm not going to do the laundry. I'm going to just check them pockets.
Yes.
Oh, man. But listen, guys. RJ is doing great, and so he's going to be joining me at the 5K run walk, and so I'm excited about that. But Sherrae, encourage those that are viewing to register for the walk or sponsor our initiative and be a part of helping us to do something. This is our first effective living walk for life run walk in Arlington, Texas. But here's the deal. We got people around the world that's going to engage in this as well. And so we want to make sure that people don't forget to take care of their bodies.
Yeah.
You cannot forget to take care of your body. And then you gotta give to get. You want a better life, make sure that you're also extending a reach to assist someone else. Yeah. And so we've been pushing a lot development. Get your body together, get your finance together, get your faith factors together, get your family together. But now we're saying, while we're preparing to walk, make sure that you're helping. And so that's where the sponsorship comes from. So talk to our viewing audience about sponsoring, $30. And I think we have, if you're going to do one of those sponsors, please put a comment in the section. We want to see you. We want to know if you're planning on attending the 5K run walk. We want to know. So please put a comment. Sherrae, talk to us.
So the biggest thing is, if you are blessed, please be a blessing to somebody else. You have, again, so many things that you're able to be fortunate to have. And so being able to bless somebody else is a big thing. Again, like Ricardo said, it's $30. We spend money on all types of different things that we really probably don't need to spend our money on. And so if we can spend our money, why would we not help somebody else in need? Um, just take the time again to not only work on yourself, but also be able to work on somebody else. And so working on somebody else is being able to sponsor them, being able to get the shoes over to the children. And so Ricardo has so many different ways that you can pay. You can go onto his website to be able to sponsor and be able to get the shoes to the children.
And we're excited because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. We got the best people on the planet that follows this platform. Listen, we've been saying, Sherrae, that the journey is better with friends. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So I've been telling people, hey, find a buddy, get a friend, a crew or something, and go ahead and walk together. If you had to do a walk in Chicago, in your area, Sherrae, well, would it be a trail where you go at a school track? What would be your preferred space? Is there an area in your city that comes to mind? Because we're believing that ladies are going to come out, families are going to come out, guys are going to come out, and they're going to walk. What would be your spot that you would say is the spot in Chicago?
Probably off Lakeshore Drive. Is right there, by the beach, by the lake. And so I think that would be a great place, especially since I believe they've opened it, back up. So this will be a great time. I was just looking at the weather. It's kind of supposed to warm up, 70 in Chicago. Still cold, but I think that would be great. That would probably be the best place to, do a run walk situation.
Later this year, I have some friends up there. I love you guys. I think Chicago is my spot, man. And so I know I want to get to your parents' restaurant.
Yes.
And so I'm going to tell a whole crew of children's ministry leaders and friends from the area. Yeah, I'm coming through. We're going to come bounce in culture. We're going to step up and show up. But I have some friends up there, and they were telling me, hey, you need to come and hang out because they have this spot on the harbor. I didn't know about the harbor. Yeah. I didn't know that they had water like that in Chicago. And then someone said, that's where the coal, man, right in that area when that coal hit, right off of that harbor.
It's real.
So they're like, hey, the whole challenge is that during the summer, it's the most beautiful place because now you're right across from the harbor. You got the yachts and everything. Yeah. But he said when that wind is blowing and it's freezing and the water on the people. Ooh, come on, somebody.
Like no other. Like no other.
Is Chicago. I love Chicago though. It's really cool. Hey, last but not least, go ahead and tell our viewing audience how they can follow you. Once again, tell them about your business. This is the time where people are starting to look into their wardrobe and get themselves together for the spring going into summertime. Yeah. And so talk to them.
So you can follow me on Lovely Styles, Love. My last name is Lee, Lovelee Styles 715. That's on all social media. That's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also log onto the website and shop your life away at lovelystyles.com as well.
Hey, people gonna shop, right?
Shop.
Even in a pandemic. Listen, I was driving past the mall the other day. I was like, are we still in a pandemic? I mean, come on, are we still dealing with people are out. I'm talking about the outlets, and I was like, ooh, so hold on. People, don't forget the children. Don't forget your health. Don't forget taking care of those 5 F's. And we got faith, family, fitness, finance, and make sure you have some fun. Last but not least, from a fun perspective, how important is it your generation believe in enjoying themselves? What I've been teaching is you don't want to just work yourself through life and not enjoy yourself. So the theme for this year's walk is learning to enjoy the journey. And on a good walk, for some people, that's going to be necessary. Some people are going to sit down under a nice shaded tree. They're going to see the birds, the little woodpecker, and for them, This is going to be necessary. This is going to be important. What is fun like for you and your generation?
I think fun, like for me, is definitely being in a comfortable situation. I am a chill person, so I like to be in chill vibes. Fun, like for me, probably throwing like a little shameless plug in there is being at my parents' restaurant,
Yeah,
where there
yeah,
is good food and
yeah,
good music.
yeah,
Um, Being able to, because it's a family environment, so
yeah,
just being in that setting, that's going back to one of your things,
yeah.
being able to be around family.
Family.
So that is what fun is to me, especially for my generation.
Nice, nice. Family does matter, guys. It's a part of the F. It's family, faith, finance, fitness, and fun. Enjoy the journey with me and the crew on next Saturday here in the Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth area. We're going to do this walk together. And if you're anywhere else in the country or around the world, still participate and remind yourself, hey, listen, my body is the vehicle God is going to use to fulfill my assignment. I need to take care of my body. And if
Yeah.
you're committed to taking care of your body, I want you to go ahead and write that in the comment section. I'm going to take care of my body. And so we got a couple of people saying that they're going to sponsor. Woo-hoo! We love and appreciate you guys.
So Ricardo, if we do the run,
Yeah.
how can we connect with you to let you know that we're a part in that moment?
I like that. I like that. You know what we're going to do? You can plug in on our social media pages, and we're going to ask people to send us their pictures. And for those of you here in the United States, we can get you your shirts. We can get you a shirt that you can even rep. We got our running shirts, and then also we want people to do selfies and saying effective living 5K run walk. I'm doing the run,
Cool.
and then hashtag Chicago effective living. Just make sure you connect the plug in. You can send me a picture in the message and I will post it to say, listen, we had Illinois, we had Chicago, we had New York. Listen, wherever you are. And listen, show off your little backdrop, your scene, because we're going to have a little pond. We're going to have a little river stream in the backdrop. Now, if you're in the Bahamas, you can do the beach. You'd be like, okay, Ricardo, look at this right here. Praise the Lord.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So once again, thank you so much for joining me today. All of you guys who joined me. Listen, I think I have about 3 comments in the section. So we hit our quota on our first talk. We got 11 more talks to go, guys. At least 2 on Sherrae's session. We got 3 in the comment section says they're going to sponsor. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Sherrae, any closing thoughts?
I don't have any other closing thoughts other than please sponsor a child. Please get on ricardomiller.com and give that $30. Again, he has a bunch of different ways that you can pay. Again, be blessed to be a blessing for somebody else.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Have a great day.
All right.
Bye-bye.